Hi Capricorn, welcome to your June 2020 reading. Thanks for joining us. My name is Michelle.
My name's Richard.
Let's get started with your reading. Capricorn, 2 cards came out for you from Le Vampire. You got Nobility, which speaks of honour, having high standards, and Hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and Wish. So what I'm sensing around this Capricorn is that for you, you're being asked to tune into that part of yourself, the higher self. You're being asked to do the right thing, to do the best thing, even if it isn't the most advantageous thing or the easiest thing. So there's an energy around here of honouring your standards. Now with Hope, of course, it's about not falling into the trap of negativity or hopelessness. So you want to do the right thing, but you also don't want to be someone who is putting themselves at such a disadvantage as to become resentful. That's what I'm sensing around this Capricorn. Now, it could be you, could be someone around you. Richard has pulled a card from the Mausolea Oracle.
This is Danu, the mother of creation. This is somebody who's very protective of the things that she has created.
So we've got motherhood, ferocity, creation. Again, either side can resonate, so please do keep that in mind. And if you're cross-watching, this could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with. Capricorn, at the bottom of the deck for you, I've got the 5 of Cups.
And I've got the 5 of Swords in reverse on the other side.
Let's cut these cards and we'll focus in on the status of this relationship, how you feel about this person or situation, the strengths, the challenge, advice, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what's hidden, what you may be unaware of, and the potential outcome.
Okay, status of the relationship, how this person feels about you, Capricorn, strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, what's hidden in this situation, and the outcome if nothing changes.
Okay, let's take a look. We've got Judgment. So there's a decision that needs to be made. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing, that it is for the highest good. And there's a feeling around this of making sure that it's coming from the right place, this decision. It's all about, and it's funny because I was just speaking about this earlier to someone here. So what I'm getting around this is that this is about when we make decisions, it's making sure that we come from a place where we know what that motivation is. And it's the motivation coming from that higher self rather from a lower vibrational energy such as like validation, jealousy, greed, envy, those kinds of feelings.
Okay, status of the relationship, we have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. So this is a delay or an ending to the hopes of having that happily ever after.
How you are viewing the other person, we've got the Page of Wands in the reverse. So I do feel that this is a situation where you are making a call, making a judgment call. You're hoping you're doing the right thing. And I'm getting the energy between you and this other person. There seems to have been a loss of vitality in the relationship, a loss of passion, a loss of the playfulness. So it's very much a feeling here of something that has become not just stagnant, but I just feel like that there's not a whole lot of energy there. It feels very much kind of like a vacuum. It's kind of like the energy is being sucked out of it. And that's why there's this disharmony.
Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse, we have a lack of clarity here. Somebody has a lack of clarity. It's either somebody on this side or it's you, Capricorn.
The strengths, we've got the 2 of Wands in the reverse. The strength is if you would stay in this relationship out of fear. What I'm sensing here is that you have a choice between 2 options, 2 pathways. One is easy, the easy road. The other one is difficult, challenging. And for you, I think that Capricorn, you've been in a place where you have struggled with making this choice. I do feel that there's some fear of the unknown associated with that. But there's also this side of you which wonders, which doesn't want to live with the regret, the what ifs. The what if I hadn't decided to do that? What if I had taken that trip or taken that journey? What would have happened there? So there's a sense here of you struggling with making the choice. You haven't decided one way or the other just yet. You want to do it for your highest good. You want to make sure that you're coming from a true motivation and intention, and it's not just for ego purposes. Because I do feel that you don't want to hurt anyone around you. And I get, Capricorn, that for you, this other person, they may want to keep you here. They may want to keep you from leaving or from going somewhere else.
Okay. Looking over here at strengths, we've got the 5 of Wands in the reverse, so it's about making peace. It's about not engaging in conflict as a strength.
Okay.
But it'll also mean not trying, not fighting for something that you might have been fighting for in the past as well.
That's true. The challenge here, look, we've got 2 wand cards in the reverse, so it does seem like this energy is being sucked out. It's kind of like if you think of a fire, and when a fire is raging, well, how does that fire go out? Well, the oxygen gets pulled from it, right? So that's the energy that I'm feeling around this, is that the oxygen, the life force is being pulled out of this relationship. Look at all the wand cards in reverse. But the fact is, you're still there. You're still struggling with making this choice. You haven't left yet, Capricorn.
Well, there's 3 things in a fire: oxygen, fuel, and heat. So to pull out any of those 3 things and the fire goes out.
Yeah.
We've got weakness here. It's going to be the 10 of Swords in the reverse. So it's coming back from some sort of ending, a betrayal.
Yeah. Look at those 2 10s there. It seems like something's coming to an ending.
And, I think this person's having a bit of a hard time with it.
Yeah. They're struggling with it. Let's take a look and see what you should continue to do here, or your advice. The 7 of Wands in the reverse. Well, this one, again, another wand card, right? It's about being more, when it comes to negotiation, I'm getting a sense around this of needing to negotiate out of something or out of a relationship. What you're being advised to do here is trying not to be too forthright or too strong with your opinions. It's really about more finding that place of an amicable agreement.
Compromise.
A compromise, or even if you can't reach a compromise, it's just about how you're interacting with someone that you're trying to get out of a relationship with, because you don't want it to become too contentious, obviously. So how you deal with this person has a lot to do with your attitude, I feel, Capricorn. And for you, it's about dialing down any kind of negative feelings, especially that you have about the person, because obviously if it hasn't worked out, there's something that you may have some kind of negative feelings about. So you want to make sure that you're coming from a place of compassionate energy when negotiating, rather than from too strong a position, really. It's more about yielding than anything else.
Okay. So looking over here, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as this person's advice. So we've got Danu here, the protector. Yeah, I think it's about dialing down that protective energy. It's kind of similar to this card over here that Michelle just pulled up for what this person should do. So there seems to be 2 people here at loggerheads, both unyielding in their stance.
A lot of conflict. advice on what to not to do. We've got the Fool in reverse. Well, it's making decisions that are not well thought through. It's the need to be cautious. It's definitely a red flag. Throwing that flag on the field and taking some time out here to make sure that you're coming from the right place. Because it all comes down to Capricorn making sure that you're acting with this honor, high standards. So how you're extricating yourself from this has a lot to do with how you're dealing with that exchange, that negotiation, and it also comes making sure that the decision that you've made in the first place is coming from that noble place and is not coming from a place which is more lower vibrational, like lustful or greedy or envious or anger or spite or any of those things. It has to be maintaining your honor, your high standards, making sure that it's more of a justice energy, making sure that you're doing the right thing for yourself and for the other people involved in the decision as well.
Okay. So looking over here, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse as what this person shouldn't do. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse over here as the weakness as well. So it is a lack of vitality. I think I get an image of two people who are simply exhausted from fighting each other.
Let's take a look and see what's hidden. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So this is something where there has been a lot of effort made over a period of time to grow a relationship.
Yeah, seeds have been planted, seeds have been nurtured. Something has grown over time here. It's been covered up though with this fight, whatever it's about.
Yeah, so there's a very much a feeling here of patience, of waiting for the right time to act. You know, the thing is, when we've been building up a long history with a relationship, we can get to a point in a relationship, and I think it happens several times over the course of a long relationship especially, where you pause, you take the time and you think to yourself, well, is this still me on my honouring path? Does this still feel right? Should I still continue on this path or should I make some changes? Sometimes that's changes in the relationship without actually moving on from it. So there's also that to be looked at. Sometimes it gets to a later stage in a relationship where we've already tried to make the changes, it still hasn't worked out, and we get to that point where we need to say, well, maybe it's time to call it quits.
Okay, looking over here, what's hidden? The Four of Wands. Yeah, it's with the Seven of Pentacles there is something hidden. Yeah, it seems like a lot of what is good in this relationship seems to have been forgotten.
Yes, that's true, because it seems like there's still something here. There's still something that could pay off long term, but obviously there needs to be a major change, especially when it comes to the passion.
Oh yes, and the vitality in this relationship. You have this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this air of being overprotective of what's been being created, and not allowing any compromises. I think it prevents this Ten of Cups from turning around.
Let's have a look at the outcome. We've got the Hermit in reverse. So it's that fear of being alone. It's that fear of old age. I feel like I'm talking to a Capricorn here who has been in a commitment for some time and is struggling with a relationship that's lost its passion. But nevertheless, it's been a long history between the two of you, and there's fear, there's doubt, there's worry about what comes next. Am I going to be alone? Do I want to be alone? Maybe I won't find another partner. It's all of that doubt here, that fear. And there's also an energy around you of holding back because of that fear. Because of that fear of how does this look now that I'm older? Will I be able to find a partner? Yeah.
Okay, looking over here at the outcome, we have the Seven of Swords. So somebody's going to be making a plan here, and it's because they don't see any way out. or they don't see any way out via some sort of compromise. So this person is going to be doing something behind the scenes here in order to make their escape.
Yeah. It's a difference between the honouring path, though, and something that is, especially if it's about passion and the loss of passion in a relationship. It could be that one partner here is deciding to take matters into their own hands and say, look, well, I've got someone else I'm interested in, something like that, or someone that's being passionate towards me and I'm going to go towards that individual. And the other person, I feel, doesn't want them to go. That's obvious. And there's a feeling around this of, well, where does this leave me in terms of I'm older, or I'm fearing being alone, and making sure that whatever action's being taken here is done for the right reasons, the right intentions, and is coming from that place of honour and high standards. Yeah, the thing is, if we get caught up in negativity, if we get caught up in feelings of disappointment, desperation, we can get to that place of hopelessness and start making poor choices. And I think Capricorn, one of you here feels like the other is making a poor choice, a bad decision. But the other person feels, well, I really, this passion is important to me. I want this passionate new beginning in my life. Yeah, and it seems like it's bringing about an ending of a long-term relationship. There may even be family or children involved also. So we'll see where this goes in the extended reading, Capricorn. I hope that you join us there. The link is below in the descriptions box, and that will be on the Vimeo channel. It'll be about another 25 to 30 minute reading. We'll be clarifying everything and looking at some oracles and doing Lenormand readings as well. So please do join us if this is resonating. If it doesn't resonate, then you can check out our Soul for Repair playlist for more readings that are done in this style. They're not sign or time dependent. And of course, if you'd prefer a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. So we'll see you in part 2. Again, the link's below. And we wish you the best with this, Capricorn. Please take care.
Thanks, Capricorn. Goodbye and good luck.